Anthony Joshua makes his anticipated return. After his two embarrassing performances versus current champion Alexander Usyk, after being the media darling and beloved amongst the fans across Great Britain, he has fell out of the good graces of the media and the fans after his poor performances in the Usyk fight and also his classless post-fight speech. He returns to fight Jermaine Franklin in what seems a tune-up fight to get his career back on track. Joshua, if he wants to get his career back on track, he needs to destroy Jermaine Franklin and find that fire he had when he was first coming up. So what can we expect from Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin? Let's find out. This is the Fight Franchise and why Anthony Joshua needs to destroy Jermaine Franklin. Anthony Joshua in the last 2 years has only had 2 fights, and they have both been against Alexander Usyk, facing him in 2021 and being bested and beaten by the smaller Ukrainian, and 11 months later Joshua was bested once again, which after the fight saw him throw his toys out the pram in a classless interview post-fight, which lost him a lot of shine in the fans' eyes. Up until this point, Joshua only had one loss versus Andy Ruiz in a devastating knockout loss where he was destroyed by the heavy underdog, but Joshua was able to avenge that loss and win the rematch. But against Usyk, Joshua was unable to avenge his loss and was knocked off the perch and argument of the best heavyweight of this era. Joshua faces Jermaine Franklin, who has the opportunity of a lifetime to make himself a household name. Franklin has a 21-1 record, with his only loss being a majority decision versus Dillian Whyte. With momentum not on either man's side and both coming off a loss, this could be great for Franklin, who can take motivation knowing Joshua may not be in the right frame of mind and can capitalise on this and secure a massive upset. Will that happen though? I doubt it. Everything in this fight is in Joshua's favour. He is the bigger, stronger, more powerful, experienced fighter, and this fight is on his terms, in his backyard. This is a layup for him. This is a fight Eddie Hearn and all of Joshua's camp are using to get him back to winning ways. The only thing acceptable for Joshua is a knockout in devastating style. For Joshua to gain back the credibility in the boxing fans' eyes, he needs to summon that knockout machine in his early career and destroy Jermaine Franklin, similarly to the way Deontay Wilder did on his long-anticipated return after his devastating loss to Fury in the third fight. Does Joshua still have that killer instinct inside him? You see, after he is no longer champion, which has been his identity for so long, his confidence feels like it's at rock bottom. As much as money, talking a big game and portraying yourself as confident is good, you're only as good as your last fight. And Joshua's last fight was a loss, where he was truly shown the levels in boxing. Joshua in his pre-fight press conference with Franklin was asked, what is his motivation coming into this fight? And he simply said, I like money. Straight up. Which, if you asked Joshua the same question 5 years ago, he would have probably said, I want to be the best heavyweight ever. Which kind of shows the identity crisis he is in, as the guy who wants to be the best heavyweight ever is deep inside him. That will never leave him, as money can't replace the feeling of being the champion of the world. So Joshua, knowing he isn't the best right now, needed to answer with what I think is his second biggest motivator, which is money. As let's be real, from fights, sponsors and endorsements, Joshua has made more than enough money and is set for life. This fight is nothing to do with money. This fight is Joshua seeing if he still has it. Joshua knows Jermaine Franklin isn't in the same realm as him when it comes to heavyweight boxing. Joshua is in the current top 5 of the division and a former world champion. This fight is him proving to himself that he still has that killer instinct as when he was coming up. As I think, and probably Joshua thinks deep down, that if he doesn't brutally finish Jermaine Franklin, he might as well hang up the gloves, as money isn't his biggest motivator. Being the best in the world is. And if you can't brutally stop Jermaine Franklin, the harsh reality is you will never be a world champion again, which is what Joshua wants to know. You might as well sign up with that super fight with Francis Ngannou and ride off into the sunset. But maybe, if he does knock out Franklin viciously, the hype, the hunger, the drive to be the best may come back. And who knows, we might see him back on track to achieving greatness in the sport once again, and we may see him become a 3-time heavyweight champion. Did you enjoy the video? Let us know down in the comments below. Who do you have winning between Joshua and Jermaine Franklin? Put that down in the comments. Do you think money is his biggest motivator, or does he want to be a champion again? Put that down in the comments as well. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more fight content coming soon. If you enjoy football content, check out the Football Franchise for football content on there regarding the Premier League, Champions League and much more. We hope you enjoyed the video and we'll catch you in the next one.